Welcome back to Every Girl Can Try. So we are on week 6. We're finishing up week 6 with our half Ironman training, and so I wanted to invite my friend Joanna to come and talk as well, because she's a big part of this journey. Well, we've done this journey together, so I would like for her to kind of share just her experience, because her experience is different than my experience. What's hard for her is, or what's hard for me is easy for her, and so
and vice versa.
Yeah. So I think it's really interesting to hear someone else's perspective. So, how did you get started on this journey, Joanna?
Oh well, you. Well, before that, I just want to say I'm so proud of you doing this. This is so awesome, and I hope that it touches and inspires other, women out there, because really, I know that I believed for the longest that I could never do something like this, and the fact that it's happening, I'm just gosh, if that fire can get lit in someone else like that, it would be so amazing. So thank you so much
You're welcome,
being so courageous and doing something like this. As far as getting started, well, yeah, it started with you coming over and giving me this crazy idea about training for a triathlon, which I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know why I said yes. I think I said yes, and in my head I was like, what are you saying? So that's how it started. And for the longest time, I think I was thinking more of a supportive friend kind of way. I'll be out there training with her, so she's not alone. I don't think reality really hit until we signed up. And even then, I don't know if you remember, but I signed up for the sprint.
Yes.
Because I really didn't believe I could do an Olympic. And so for those of you out there, there's different levels of triathlons. The sprint is the shortest distance. I kept telling Janice and other people that we would train with, I'm like, I don't want to die, I just want to survive. I want to finish and not feel defeated or feel like, okay, I'm never doing this again. And I remember you being like, oh my gosh, you should do the Olympics.
You're training, you trained all the distances.
Right, I trained, for an Olympic, but really mentally, I just wasn't there. So that's a reality, you have to really come to grips mentally with believing that you can do something. And I feel like once we did that first try, something clicked. It was this, wow, oh my gosh, we did something so cool. And the rush of having done something that you didn't think you could do it's very emotional and also just inspiring. So then that's what my start was, is just you coming along and saying, come on, let's do this. And of course, along the way, I think it helps that we have a supportive family, both of us. I feel like we have a family that is yes, do it. And then in addition to that, we find ways to not cut time away from them.
Right,
too.
we try to include them in our training.
Include them, and then when we can't include them, go out at 4 to
super
5
early
in the morning. That's the reality of being a mom, being a working mom, a wife. You have to find ways to include the training in, and then on top of that, do all these other things. So I think that has been so important in having somebody a friend, having somebody that you can rely on, that will hold you accountable, but also be with you during times where maybe it's not such a good idea to be out there by yourself.
Right. And especially in the cycling piece of it, it's really hard to be out there and feel safe cycling alone, and so you really need to be cycling with someone else. Absolutely. And especially if something happens while you're cycling.
Which we, and that has, I don't know if that's a whole other video, but there are some stories for sure about our journey along the way, including some mishaps that I'm so thankful that I was not by myself. So, having somebody there that can call for help, or you know, even if it's something small like the bike chain falling off, like it's just nice to have somebody that, okay, somebody's watching out for me while I do this. And so,
or running out of water.
Oh my gosh,
food.
That has happened quite a bit, especially it gets so hot here that that's not fun, running out of water in the middle of, but then you have your friends that are like, you know, so that's really good.
So what has been the hardest thing for you? Like, what's a challenge?
Oh my gosh, everything. No. The challenge for me, of the 3 sports, I would say is running, of course. Like, me being a little bit on the heavier side, it's harder to run. And so that's been my challenge. And I think, honestly, like, that first time when I went for the sprint, I just couldn't fathom the idea of running 6 miles, because that's what the Olympic calls for. I was like, I can't do that. That's why I'm sticking to the sprint. 3 miles, I'm done. You know,
you're like, I like 3 miles.
I can't do 6. Like, no way. And now I can't believe that I can say I've run 8 miles last weekend. You know,
right?
Or like,
como si nada.
Well, not como si nada, pero you know, but it's just so cool that that's been done. Like, I could never think my body could do that, but it can. But that's been the challenge for me. Injuries are, oh man, like the little pains that come with, you know, with doing the sport, I think sometimes can be a little bit depressing sometimes, because you feel like you're progressing and then something happens. There's pain and you can't train the next day. That's been challenging, but I think it's helped, again, having that group of friends to say, you know what, it's okay. I've been through it, or, you know, it's okay to take a day off, just rest. You know, you kind of want to hear that and know that it's okay. You're so hard on yourself, you know. So when your friend says it's okay, don't you know, just don't run today, it's kind of like, okay. But that's been my challenge, I think.
That's good. Because we're overcoming it, right? I mean, my challenge is swimming, and I think that you pushed me in swimming and you keep me safe. Like, I feel safe when I'm out there with you.
Oh my gosh.
Or even just going through the lake and, you know, it's a little choppy and you're just like, come on, you can do this. I'm like, okay, yes I can, Joanna, yes I can.
Yeah, she's an excellent swimmer. I don't know what she's talking about. But, you know, sometimes there's little things like, you know, that it's a lot of it is mental. I know with running, like, the same thing, right? Like, your body's just talking to you and you're finding all these reasons to stop. But then you see Janice up ahead and it's like, okay, I can do this. I can do this, you know? So we definitely, I think, help each other out in that area. In swimming, it's for me, for whatever reason, I just feel comfortable in the water. And so I try to, like, give that perspective to you. Like, come on, we got this, you know? And she does excellent all the time. Except sometimes, I mean, even for me, the lake can kind of make me feel a little weird. Swimming in the lake's a little hard. You know, depending on if there's, especially like the grass and stuff, sometimes it's a little like, what's that? But you just kind of have to get through it. And
we can do it together.
Yeah.
You help me out a lot. I don't know what I would do without you.
Likewise. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without Janice. And other people that have been in our group, Christina and
we want to talk about Christina too, because hopefully we can record her.
Absolutely.
And she's on a journey too, where she's maybe thinking about it, and she's an excellent runner and excellent at cycling. But
she inspires us for sure.
Yes. So she's taking that first step of trying to swim, and so it can all be done, like we talked about earlier. It's mind over matter, and so if you really want to do something, you can talk your body through it. We're all powerful in different ways, and our minds are powerful. If we can just kind of just know that we're strong, and that people around us make us strong. Absolutely. And they teach us different things. Joanna's always teaching me stuff about cycling, and I'm just like, okay, I'll try. Okay.
Well, every little bit we learn, like if we run across some information, which is another thing, you know, about us. We started this like with no knowledge almost.
No knowledge.
Like we just said, I think the will was there, which I think is important. You
Uh-huh.
have to have the will to do something, right? And then the knowledge comes in as you progress and you move forward. But yeah, man, remember we felt like super warriors when we cycled 11 miles.
Yes. Yes.
In the morning. I'm so awesome. Yeah. And then
Uh-huh. Yeah.
looking back now, it's like, oh, that was so cute.
Yeah.
But you just have to start somewhere.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, this morning we did 35 miles.
We did 35 miles.
And it's done with. And, you know, soon we'll be doing 40 and 45.
We've done 50
50.
miles.
Yes.
We've done 50. So that, like, we can say that, and I feel so good about that. What are we there right now? Like, we were just complaining this morning about, man, 35, it's a rough one, you know? But it just really, you just have to build up to it. Your body begins to get more comfortable with the discomfort.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Right now our bike seat's a little bothering. It's bothering us a little bit. So we'll have to adjust and see what we can do to help us so that we can go longer distance without so much discomfort.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you're going to work on? I mean, or what are your plans as our training continues? I mean, we're in week 6.
So week 5 felt great. Week 6, I can honestly say, like, it was a little bit tiresome.
But we started work.
We started work. I think that has a lot to do with it, of course, you know. So I need to work on really finding rest, being able to be disciplined about that. So it's not always about getting out there and doing the exercise. You have to also find rest, because rest is just as important. It's an important component of training. And so if if you're sleep deprived, or you're just on the go, and you don't stop to really let your body heal in a way, I think that it's gonna bite you at the end, and you're not gonna be able to train. So that I feel like I need to be more disciplined on making sure that I'm not, going to sleep super late. And then even during the day, I'm a terrible napper. Like oh my gosh, I like envy her for just being able to do.
And I'm always like, how come Joanna doesn't need a nap? How come she doesn't need a nap?
I need a nap. I need one. I just don't do it. I don't know. I think I was traumatized when I was in preschool when they made me nap and I didn't want to. But no, but that I feel like is so important. As soon as you're done with an exercise, if you feel like your body's ready to just relax, and you should be able to do that, because your body's healing.
Yeah, it's healing.
So that's so important. My sister is the same way. That's another one who is part of our group too. And well, she's a whole other story. She's
amazing.
Yeah, but she naps. That lady naps. She's like, bye. But because she knows her body, and she knows that of course as you get a little bit older, we need to take care of ourselves. Yeah. So that's another thing too.
And she also, her output, she, every time that we do something, if it's cycling or running or swimming, she's like full force.
Yeah. She's gonna take it easy.
It's not easy.
What that means is she's only gonna beat us by this
she's
much.
She's like, bye.
Instead of this much. So yeah. So kudos to Sylvia.
Yeah, Sylvia.
But that's what I need to work on. I feel good about, I have the workout routine that you gave me, so I feel good about checking things off. I don't know, it just feels like, okay, I'm done. So that's I feel good about that. And week 7 looks like it's a recovery week.
Yes, we have 2 recovery weeks,
so we need to make sure we try to abide. Although I think sometimes we push ourselves. Even though it says 45 minutes cycling, like
I know we're doing an hour 15, but that's okay. I think it's because our bodies are just ready and they're strong, that we kind of feel like if we're not doing that amount, we're kind of going backwards. And so
it's okay to push yourself if you can, but not to where you're pushing yourself and knowing that you're really hurting yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So it's good. You need to have boundaries as well. Because you can overdo it, and then it's. I know for myself, I can speak for myself, where I'm like, I'm just gonna do it all, and then I end up paying for it in one way. There's an injury, there's a pain. I feel, so drained.
Yep.
So you just have to listen to your body.
Well, thank you for sharing, Joanna. I know that we'll talk about some other topics, but I just wanted to introduce a little bit of, how we got started and the journey, and let everyone know who you are, because I keep mentioning you and they're like, who's Joanna? Who's Joanna? Well, this is beautiful Joanna. So hopefully, our stories inspire you. That's what we really want to do. It's documenting our journey, but also inspiring other women to reach a fitness goal or, a professional goal. We can all reach our goals, just we have to set one up first. And whether it being running a half marathon or a full marathon or joining a duathlon or a triathlon,
you definitely don't have to do all three sports.
Right.
Like there's if you're into running, then there's something for you. If you're into just cycling, there's something for you. If you want to do all three, there's something for you. So that's the beauty about this sport, is that you can really cater it to where you feel comfortable. I think we've stretched ourselves, and
we sure have.
We're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do all three, and it's just been such an awesome journey.
And I think also with doing triathlons, you can involve your family in doing those races too, because a lot of the triathlons have the duathlon piece, or they just have the running piece. And so if there's a spouse or a son or daughter who also wants to participate, they can. So I know Sarah's going to sign up for the sprint, and I don't know if Pablo will, but
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're always, everybody, I love that. I love seeing her whole family being involved in some way. And so my girls are a little on the younger side, but even now they participate with me with training, and I think that's so important to share this journey with them. It's not mom's thing; it's our thing,
right?
And hopefully, my goal, it would be so awesome to see them grow and be like, I want to do a triathlon.
Of course, because they see mommy do it, and they're part of your training.
Yeah,
I mean, Olivia cycling while we run, and
and the boys
she's so
kayaking
strong.
And paddling, and it's so cool. It's cool when we can. I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. There are times where, like I said, we have to get up super early, get the training out of the way so we can have a regular family day, but when it works out, it's pretty awesome experience.
So thank you for sharing, Joanna.
Thank you, Janice, for inviting me to your awesome channel. Subscribe.
Yes.
What do we do? Click here, there? No.
Down there? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if your questions, if your comments are open, but if people have specific questions, that can kind of guide you too into maybe what videos.
If you guys do have questions, comment, and we will respond as we can. I mean, this is a brand new journey for us. We're not professional in any way. We're doing what we can, we're just normal people. So
if we can do it, you can do it. That's my belief. It just takes that. It takes ganas, it takes the will, and then as far as finding people, you have us. We're out there here in Delano. You'll see us running down 9th and cycling down there. So if you see,
and swimming in Lake Willems,
that's where we're at. So if you see a couple of crazies swimming in the lake, that's probably us. Feel free to join us. The more the merrier.
Yes, and the safer we feel too.
Absolutely.
When there's more friends joining us. So, and even if it's you wanting to start running and you're in Delano, we run at all different speeds, and it's pretty safe. And so we can start off at a location, and we can just meet up and push each other.
You've done like run camps kind of before, and I know that there was people that were involved in that, and they really like enjoyed that, knowing that there was a group of people meeting from all different levels.
Because you feel safe and no one's pushing you. I mean, we're pushing you and get out and run, but it's at your pace.
At your pace.
What you can do. So.
Absolutely.
All right, well, say bye. I know this video is quite long.
I know.
Sorry.
But hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, any questions?
Just comment. And we'll answer the best that we can and share your experiences as well.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.